the United Kingdom is very lucky to have a very large number of researchers spanning many different fields of research. And the challenge there, of course, is how you get out training around research integrity to so many different people. Face-to-face sessions are important. Training at institutions, through funders, through other organisations are, of course, important. But sometimes people just need to have something available to them that they can access at any time and run through some really solid training material on the area of research integrity. So I think this tool from Epigeum is going to be particularly important in giving institutions, funders, other organisations a resource that researchers can use wherever they are to run through the really important and key concepts around research integrity that all of us as researchers need to know. So with the implementation of the Universities UK Concordat and pressure coming from central government, from research funders, I think it's going to be absolutely key for universities that they're able to show how they're providing training around integrity issues to their researchers. So by subscribing to a system such as this and having this available for staff, I think universities will be able to show and give really good evidence for how they're providing training to researchers. Now, I'm not certain that this is the entire answer to training. I think often these sorts of online resources need to be used alongside other types of sessions, but by having this, universities will have something that they can point to really clearly that has a very clear standard of training that they can show this is what we're doing, and you can audit us on this, and we can show you how many researchers have engaged with this. So I think it's going to be a really useful tool for universities and university administrators. So one of the things I like about this program is the way it steps people through all the stages of research. So rather than just being a fairly broad overview of the sorts of issues that researchers might encounter, it steps people through the research progress from design through to conducting the experiments through to reporting afterwards, and raises the sorts of issues that will matter to the researchers as they go through those different stages. And I think that context makes this program particularly valuable because it, rather than just being some sort of academic exercise that lists the sorts of things that have occurred at some point in the past, it's listing things in a way that researchers can identify with and see applied to their own research. So I think one of the most important priorities for UK researchers when it comes to integrity is to try and work out exactly what we mean by research integrity. Quite often when you speak to people, they say, oh yes, my research has been reviewed by an ethics committee, or I'm complying with various university policies and things. But research integrity is specifically about the researcher themselves and the sorts of attitude and approach they have to doing their research and to doing their science. So the aim of this course is to try and pick that apart just a little bit and say, what do you as a researcher need to focus on when you're doing your research? Yes, of course you need to have a good understanding of the background of your subject and have a good methodological understanding, but what are the other skills that you need that will make you be a very effective researcher and come up with the most useful and helpful results in your field? And I think that's definitely the priority around research integrity, because without integrity, research is nothing more than fiction.